Today we're making cappellette di mais, or corn cappelletti. Beautiful corn stuffed pasta. We're gonna finish it with a nice corn stock, creamy sauce that we make and just reduce it down. Top it with some garlic, prosciutto breadcrumbs, some nice herbs from the garden. You can't go wrong with this dish. We got English peas in there, we got corn, we got little beach mushrooms. Oh, it's springtime, baby, let's go!
Let's start by making the pasta. We have 360 grams of all-purpose flour, bread flour, or 00 flour.
A nice pinch of salt.
We want to separate 6 egg yolks, or about 90 grams, and also 2 whole eggs, or 100 grams. 6 grams of olive oil, or 1.5 teaspoons.
Just because I want to do a nice pinch of saffron in with the eggs. I just love the flavor of saffron.
Next, let's make a well with our flour. We'll add our egg yolks and our eggs.
Slowly want to bring in the wall.
If you're using bread flour as opposed to 00 flour, you're gonna need to probably add a little bit of water, as bread flour requires a little bit more hydration than 00 flour. So just keep a nice spray bottle handy, which I have right here.
I'll show you guys in just a minute.
What's nice about adding a little bit of water to the bread flour too, it'll help the saffron to bloom a little bit more, to kind of bleed into the dough, kind of give it that nice, beautiful orange, effervescent color. Having good quality ingredients is super important too. You want to make sure that you have the best eggs that you can possibly find, hopefully with some nice orange yolks, which is usually due to their diet. Usually when they're fed a lot of carrots, the beta carotene in the carrots ends up transferring into their yolks. So that's what gives you those nice, beautiful orange yolks. So you know the pasta's ready when you give it the finger test and it kind of bounces back. We can go another few minutes on this. Making pasta will get you ripped, man. You ever see those Italian grandmas? They have ripped forearms from just rolling pasta their whole lives.
All right, that's looking good.
So we got our pasta dough kneaded and wrapped, and we want to go ahead and let this rest at room temp for at least 30 minutes to an hour. Use your mandolin, go ahead and take off all the corn from about 8 cobs. Like, go ahead and save your cobs. We're gonna make a beautiful corn stock with these.
You can also use a knife or a cheese grater.
All right, go ahead and set aside about 1 cup for the final plating.
Once your corn is all cleaned off the cob, go ahead and slice 1 onion and 3 cloves of garlic.
Hey guys, real quick, if you guys are enjoying this content and want to see more, go ahead and drop me a like and a subscription, and I truly appreciate it. It really helps the channel grow, and I can't thank you enough. So let's get back to the video.
Okay guys, let's start making our corn filling. Take our garlic clove and sweat those with our onions. We'll add in 1 tablespoon of Calabrian chili, and then we'll finish it with a nice sprig of thyme.
Add in 1 cup of fresh corn. We'll let this cook gently for about 10 minutes.
Add the hot corn mixture to a blender.
And then now, while this is warm, I'm gonna add in a little blend of a sheep and goat cheese. And next, we'll just blend this up.
All right, then lastly, we'll finish this with as much Parmesan as you like. We'll go ahead and put that in a bowl, and then we'll stick that in an ice bath. Let it cool for about 30 minutes.
200 grams of ricotta cheese.
Go ahead and mix this till it's just combined, and then we'll go ahead and put this in a piping bag. We'll have this ready to go for our filling.
All right, so we have our filling ready to go in our piping bag. Go ahead and keep this in the fridge, stored, chilled until you're ready to use it. You definitely don't want this to get hot or it's just gonna spread in your cappellettis. But for now, we'll just go ahead and keep this in the fridge for at least 30 minutes to an hour. All right, so in your pot or pressure cooker, we'll take all of our corn cobs, 1 carrot, 1 celery, and some fennel tops, 1 onion. Go ahead and put the peel in there as well. Little bit of peppercorn, small handful of thyme, water or chicken stock just to cover. One other thing I like to do is take the rind from my Parmesan. I usually save them up in the fridge. And then when I have something like this, where I can utilize them in a soup or in a broth, they add so much flavor. So we'll just take the rind off this one, pop that in. Then I have another couple ones here that I saved. This just adds so much more umami and just gives it that nice Parmesan essence that is absolutely delicious. So we'll just pop those in there. If you're cooking this on the stove, go ahead and cook this for at least 45 minutes at a medium simmer. If you're cooking this in the pressure cooker like I am, go ahead and do it at full pressure for 45 minutes. All right, let's make some prosciutto breadcrumbs.
Lay out 6 slices of prosciutto on parchment paper.
We'll go and bake these off at 375 until they're nice and crispy, and then we'll chop them up.
All right, while our prosciutto's in the oven, let's go ahead and blanch some tomatoes. We'll just score an X in the bottom of each tomato. Go ahead and blanch these for about 30 seconds, and then we'll throw them in an ice bath. Then we'll blanch some peas for about 90 seconds, and then the same thing, we'll go ahead and toss them in an ice bath to cool them down to stop the cooking process. Go ahead and use a paring knife or your fingers to take the skins off each tomato. These are gonna add a nice pop of acidity in our final dish. All right, let's finish our prosciutto breadcrumbs. You can chop them up like this, but it gets a little messy. So what you can do is take a piece of parchment paper, put it over the top, and just use a rolling pin to kind of really crush them.
We'll go ahead and put these in with our breadcrumb.
Watch my video on how to make the garlic breadcrumbs.
Or one of my favorite combos right here. Oh, those are so good.
Your stock's done, go ahead and strain it out and reduce it by at least 2/3 to really concentrate the flavor. All right, after our pasta dough's rested for at least an hour, we're gonna go ahead and take it through our sheeter. I usually take this down to about the 4 or the number 5 on my pasta sheeter, but yours might be different. And then next, we're gonna take a 3-inch round cookie cutter, just cut out our rounds. And then we'll stuff each one of those with our corn mixture. We'll take the top and fold it down to meet the bottom. We'll press out all the air and then use your fingers to press in where the filling is and then bring the 2 outer points together and squeeze and then form our little hats. Here's another little view. You can see it a little bit better. So you want to press all the air out and then fold those in together and then press really hard. There you go. You can also use a little bit of water if you need to, just to help them seal. All right, let's make a Parmesan twill. You want to take about 1/4 to 1/2 cup of Parmesan, freshly grated, and then get that into a pan on medium-high heat. And we'll just cook it until it forms a nice twill like you see here. Let it go for at least a couple to 3 minutes, and then we'll flip it over, finish it on that side, and then you have your beautiful twill. All right, finally, let's finish our pasta. We'll go ahead and saute our corn and mushrooms and then in with our pasta. Let it cook for at least 3 to 5 minutes. And we'll finish it with our peas and our peeled tomatoes.
All right, pasta cooked for a couple minutes. Kind of just a little bit of that beautiful corn stock that we made. I have a little bit of the filling mixed with the corn stock.
To make this quick sauce, go ahead and take equal parts of the corn filling and corn stock and reduce by half.
All right, guys, we finished it. It came out absolutely beautiful. I hope you guys make this yourself. Drop me a comment if you do. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys joining me week after week. We're gonna do some more pasta dishes, so stay tuned. Get out there, make some pasta, enjoy some pasta. Manja, manja. Oh, so good. Another beautiful way to make your humble pasta into the Michelin star. Thanks again for joining me. I'm gonna finish this. Get out there, tell your friends and family to make some pasta, or you make them some pasta. Be nice for once. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care.